Hello and welcome to the Tech with Heart show. I am your host, Michelle Calloway. Tech with Heart is all about enlightening and empowering small business owners to be able to embrace technologies and systems and strategies that are going to help them stay competitive and relevant in a rapidly changing digital business landscape. And a lot of small business owners struggle with embracing technology, possibly out of a fear of not fully understanding the technology or feeling ill-equipped in order to implement the technology. And a lot of talk is going on right now around automating and using the conversational AI tools such as ChatGPT and many, many, many others. I'm here today to talk to you about what is the difference between automation and conversational AI, and what should business owners do with this information. So let's talk about what's the difference. Well, we're going to break it down and help you understand in simple terms what automation is and what conversational AI is, and how the two could work together to really increase efficiencies within your business, but also maintain that human connection, human touch, feel, and vibe that you value so much within your business, because people ultimately they do business with other people, not necessarily robots, right? Or brand logos. We want to connect with humans. A lot of times people make their buying decision only after they've gotten to know the people behind the brand or the mission behind the brand, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about what automation is first. Let's start there. So the definition: automation refers to the use of technology to perform tasks without human intervention. This can range from simple tasks like sending emails based on triggers, or someone signing up for a newsletter, for instance, and to more complex processes like running an entire supply chain system autonomously, which means no human involvement. So that is the definition of automation. So let's talk about certain automated processes that business owners might want to pay attention to. So there is this thing called the robotic process automation, or RPA. And this is where software robots that mimic human actions to complete rule-based tasks. That's very important. Rule-based tasks, so nothing ever changes. It's the same rule all the time, every time. And such as filling out forms or processing transactions. So you know the value of being able to have somebody just quickly click a button and say buy now, and then there's all these processes behind the scenes that automate the collection of that data, collection of that credit card information or whatnot, and then it moves over to a processing system, the merchant processing system, and then it gets ultimately deposited into your bank account. All of those processes and systems behind the customer making that purchase are automated, and we want them to be automated. We want the money to land in our bank account, and we don't want to have to be the one to collect a paper check anymore, or collect the cash and have to go deposit it directly into the bank on our own time. That takes away from the efficiency of what automation can do on our behalf. So that is just one example. You can also think of robotic automation as something like what Amazon has done, where they understand how the process is. Somebody places an order, that order has to get filled, and then that order has to get shipped. So they're using a lot of robotic automation in order to make that next day delivery happen. And most customers are pretty excited about that. So automation is the only reason why they're able to do that. If humans had to get involved, you have to take so many other things into consideration. Now, I'm not sitting here advocating that we should get rid of all human jobs. No. I'm simply advocating that small businesses need to understand the difference between automation and conversational AI, and identify how they can use more of it in their business without losing that human connection. And also, people and humans still need to be involved. You just may not have to have as many people involved, right? So let's go on. We're going to talk now about workflow automation. This is very important with businesses. Workflow automation is where you automate sequences of tasks. These are like the mundane, routine tasks that anybody can do, anybody, right? So we're going to try and figure out ways to create more efficiencies in our business, and automation of workflows would be that thing. Let me give you a for instance. Often across multiple tools or platforms, automating, approving things like requests once certain conditions are met. You can automate, like if somebody fills out a form, you can automate what happens to that information after the form is submitted. Maybe that triggers you to get a notification saying reach out to so and so because, or call them right now within 15-minute window because they're actively waiting to hear back from you. Or you could say this form was submitted because somebody opted in to, take advantage of a course that you're offering. So on the back end, systems wise, you're going to want to have an automation in place that automatically will send them a welcome email that includes a link to access that coaching video or whatever it is that you offered them. All of that can be automated and should be automated because nobody's going to sit around after they've made a purchase and wait a day or even half a day to hear from you. They expect certain amounts of automation. It's the 2024 era today. Let's go ahead and start implementing these technologies to make us as the business owner look far more on top of things, and seamlessly provide value to our customers that are giving up of their money because they have an expectation and we want to meet that expectation or exceed that expectation. So automation can really help with that. Marketing automation is another way to utilize technology in a system such as a CRM, where you can have emails automatically sent out for an upcoming event, or maybe you're running an offer and you want your email list to get special access to it at a better price, perhaps. You can automate those emails to go out. Of course, you maintain the control over the message and should always maintain control over the message. You should always have that kind of control, even if you incorporate AI, which we'll talk about a little bit later. You should be the one to oversee that message because it's ultimately you and your brand and your reputation at stake here. But you can use automation to deploy those messages and also keep track of responses. And again, go use automation to make it so that if they respond a certain way, a certain thing will happen automatically without you having to get involved. So those are some ways that automation, well, actually, those are some definitions of how automation can be used. The key focus there is for businesses to create efficiencies within your business so that you are streamlining. Have you as a business owner ever just felt so exhausted because you feel like you've got so many plates spinning up in the air and you almost have like this dreaded feeling that at any point in time, a couple of them are going to come crashing down and then you're going to have to lose face and just be like, oh, I should have done that differently. Well, this automation can make your life a lot easier and you can breathe a sigh of, I got this. It's all set up. Things are set up and they're going to run smoothly because automated systems don't tend to break because nothing changes. Once you set them up, the system is just told to do this when this happens and boom, 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 it just happens. It does it. It does it all. You don't have to go in and worry about anybody throwing a wrench into the system because it's the same exact automation every single time, right? So there's beauty there. All right, now let's talk about conversational AI. First, let's define it. The definition. Conversational AI refers to technologies that can simulate human-like conversations through natural language processing and natural language understanding and machine learning. So these systems are designed to understand and then process and then respond to human language. Chatbots are one of the ways that conversational AI can be utilized for businesses. tools that provide automated pre-programmed responses to user inputs. Some advanced bots use AI to understand the context of the conversation and provide a more dynamic response. So let's talk about this because chatbots kind of earned a bad name, I would say about 10 years ago when people were starting to utilize them. The pre-programmed chatbots were utilizing a machine learning model. And so they didn't necessarily have as much AI involved. Definitely not conversational AI that uses natural language processing. So what was happening was people were putting these chatbots on their websites and social media, for like reach out, connect with this company, you would ultimately start talking with a chatbot. Well, depending upon the high level or the low level of programming that the or companies used to tell the bot how to respond to certain questions, the business owner would have to understand all the different types of questions that would be coming in, and the chatbot would train on those, basically like frequently asked questions kind of thing, right? And it was a very, very complex and very difficult process to train the AI bot, as simple as it was back then when it was mostly machine learning, to know exactly how to respond to certain questions. Now, fast forward to 2022 is when ChatGPT came out, and since then, here we are in 2024, conversational AI chatbots have come light years. They have improved so much. I really do love how they kind of simulate a human conversation. So definitely, think about that. And maybe that would be a great first touch, even though it's not a human interaction, it's still more of a conversational interaction. And I think as long as you're very clear to people that you're not trying to dupe them into thinking that they're talking to a human being, it can come across very helpful. I think people are a lot more responsive these days to chatbots because it's not like a frustrating dead end conversation. The conversation can just keep going on and on and on, and the conversational chatbot can continue to add more and more value of understanding more about your business to the person that's asking because of the way that conversational AI is. We can use AI as a virtual assistant, more or less. You can use a voice or a text-based assistant like Siri, Alexa, or Google that can carry on conversations, answer questions, and perform tasks like setting reminders or playing music even. So yeah, we are beyond where it would just have to type in a chat to a text bot. This era, we are able to incorporate voice AI assistants. That's really, really valuable. Have you noticed that more and more people are just going straight to like, hey Siri or hey Alexa? And yeah, so if you have an AI assistant on your company's webpage or social media platforms, and somebody can actually talk to it, not type texts to it, then that's even better. As long as that AI is trained like a conversational AI, super hyper intelligent, and it's trained on everything all about your business, lo and behold, it can help a lot with providing that human to human connection, because at first people kind of have questions and you, the business owner, aren't always available. So if you train your AI bot correctly, the conversational AI bot, it can ask some very, very valid questions to those that are coming in, not trying to sell them on anything, but just to help better understand what it is that they're seeking. And then the chatbot can guide them to connect with you, the business owner, and make it like within a click of a button happen, where they can book a call or they can go straight to talk to a human. There's just so much beautiful things that can happen if the person that is approaching the company through this chatbot system is getting the right answers to the questions that they have. Of course, then there's customer support, right? You can utilize conversational AI as a customer support first approach, because a lot of times there are things that can be done without having to take the time of an employee customer support agent. So definitely a good place to start. Again, this isn't the same type of AI customer support that we were offering about 10 years ago when conversational AI wasn't available. That was more machine learning AI. Now we're talking about very much more intelligent natural language processing, able to communicate and seamlessly and feel like a human being, even though it's not, kind of customer support. So you can really kind of set the stage in a very positive way when people come in to reach out to you. Before they actually get a chance to talk to a human, it could be very, very positive. All right, so the key focuses on this conversational AI about the idea of human-like seamless conversations is kind of the takeaway. The automation is separate from the conversational AI in that the automation is just rule-based tasks that can be automated. That's the same logic every single time. It just does a thing responding to a certain trigger action, and then boom, this happens. It's just very clean, not really highly intelligent. Just go do this thing like a Roomba. A Roomba little vacuum knows it needs to go vacuum. So there's really not a lot of intelligence in there. But when it bumps against the wall, it knows to not just keep bumping against a wall. So there's like some possible machine learning in there, but it's not necessarily an artificial intelligent robot. So the key differences I would like you to take away from this conversation around what is the difference between automation and conversational AI is the nature. Let's start with the nature of the tasks, okay? Automation deals with predefined rule-based tasks that don't require any real-time interaction. That's why once you set it, you could forget it because it literally doesn't break. It just doesn't break. It's a beautiful thing. So you don't have to feel like you have all these plates spinning in the air anymore. You can rest easy and really enjoy being a business owner instead of just like, did I do that? Did I remember to do that? None of that. It all goes away. Conversational AI, however, focuses on real-time interaction. So it's very very responsive, I should say. Responding to human input and handling dynamic conversations. Now, ChatGPT, it was opened to the entire World Wide Web as far as the data that it can go learn from. If you have a conversational AI representing your company and your brand, you can train it exclusively, or not, maybe not exclusively, but like majority of the training that you're going to give it is going to be focused on everything that you've ever done for your business, every blog you've ever written, every web page that you have, every event or presentation that you've ever put together to kind of help educate people as to why what you're offering is going to be of value to them. And you can tell the AI bot who you hope to attract and to ask certain questions if they come in that will help the AI identify how specifically the AI can help that person because of the nature of who they are and what they do and maybe what they're looking for. So yes, conversational AI can be trained and it reacts immediately like a real person would. So you are a business owner, you have a storefront perhaps. When somebody walks in that door, how would you like to have somebody there that says, "Hi, welcome. How can I help you today?" Or, "Hi, I'm so and so. What is it you're looking for and how can I help you today?" So but you're in the back running the cash register all the way in the back of the store, and you're helping answer other questions that people have back there in the store. And so instead of having to have another employee just waiting, just standing there, just waiting for somebody to walk through the door, because majority of their time could be spent doing not much. They're just standing around hoping somebody walks through the door. These conversational AIs could do that for you and really make the interaction with the potential customer a smooth one and a positive one. So let's now talk about interaction levels. Automation often works behind the scenes, running processes without any user input. So it's not a question and answer session. It is just ultimately, okay, this person submitted this form on their website. Now boom, this email is going to get sent to them, and that email is going to have links that have been predefined in the email through an automation to provide to that user that just signed up for something the information and the access that they need to move forward without your input, like live, without you having to get involved live, like to go in and say, hi, congratulations on doing, buying this thing. I am so-and-so. You don't have to do that human touch anymore. You can encourage that human touch, like after they've made the purchase. Then you could just say, hey, great, we're going to be hosting a group meeting at this date and time. I'd love for you to join us. Here's the link to join, and also automate certain calendar reminders that event is coming up, that they can meet you. So there's so much you can do with automation. I am a huge fan of automating processes so that as a business owner who wear many hats, small business owners often do, you can really, really relax into your business and enjoy being in business and spend far more time doing that human to human connection by actually going to networking events and or hosting events where people could come in and meet you and learn a little bit about what you have to offer, as far as, you can provide valuable educational events, you can provide webinars, and there's just so much you can do with all that free time that you have now because you automated your systems. All right. Interaction levels. Conversational AI interacts directly with users through voice or text, which handles inquiries and or conversations on your company's behalf. So those are the ways that there's interaction differences between automation versus conversational AI. Now let's talk about the complexity, the differences of complexity, right? Automation can be relatively straightforward if it's a rule-based and predictable automation. We already kind of discussed that, but conversational AI is far more complex, as it involves the understanding and then the generating of human language, which is inherently unpredictable. So it is so hard. That's why those older chatbots were kind of an epic fail, because the business owners or the professionals who got hired to go create these chatbots had to try their best, based upon research, what are some of the most common questions getting asked, and then train that bot to answer that without that bot going out and doing all of this gathering of information. It just wasn't as intelligent. Let's just put it that way. It wasn't intelligent. It wasn't a conversational AI the way that we have it today. And it just was a frustrating experience for most users. And that's why they got such a bad name. So the complexity of conversational AI as we know it today is incredible. And it is so much smoother and so much more valuable because of the responses that the AI is able to produce based upon its higher intelligent level and human language processing training. So it's really a much better communicator of good, valuable information. And you can train these bots you can keep on training these bots, even like if you start noticing that it's not giving as quite of a complex answer in certain areas, you can go in and you can train it in that one specific area to get a little bit more in depth, giving the user even just more insight and value as to why or why not your company is a good fit for them. All right, use cases of automation and or AI. Automation is used for tasks like data entry, right? We talked about forms. There are other ways of, like, enter, your information to enter into a newsletter list. You can even call to action buttons where somebody opts in for like a lead magnet that you've created, like an ebook that will provide value, which is a great marketing tool to get people to opt in for something on your website right away. They call it low hanging fruit. So you can make it so that information gets submitted and it's all automated. And then again, once they've provided you their name and email, then boom, they receive either through text message or through email the actual access to the thing that they've opted in for. So beautiful thing. It's just seamless, and it's just like, oh, it works every single time. But conversational AI is used in customer support, such as virtual assistants, taking in a ticket issue, like, or at least asking certain questions, like, have you ever had problems with your computer? And so then you finally call your IT support, and some of the questions they ask you right away, well, have you rebooted your system? That's just something that an AI can ask. You don't need to be the one getting on the phone saying, "Well, did you reboot your computer? Have you tried that?" Because always, guys, it's always the first thing to do, FYI. If you're having technology issues, try rebooting your phone, try rebooting your system, whatever the tech is, try turning it off and turning it on again. And oftentimes it clears itself out. It's sometimes technology can get a little buggy. So why should you, the human being who's got, very limited time because you're growing your business, you want to be connecting with people, you don't need to be the one answering those types of simple questions. But the AI can identify if the issue continues to be a more complex one, then right within that AI chat, you can get the person to schedule time with your support staff or just turn them over into a live chat with the support, actual human being support. So there's tier 1 support and then there's tier 2 support. So tier tier 1 can be that entry level, like, hey, let's just have a conversation with this AI and identify if there's anything that they can do that they haven't done yet before you take the time of your customer service agent, the human being that you're paying, perhaps on an hourly basis. You don't want them to get involved if they're not doing anything and twiddling their thumbs, right? So those are some ways that use cases in which you could use the technology. Also, you can use it to help you make sales online as well. But just be very careful with that. We are seeing leaps and bounds, like I said, in a very short period of time. We're seeing just excellent trained AI conversational bots that are moving into being well more trained to help manage sales all through chats rather than just being more of an assistant. So yeah, it's pretty exciting times. We just want to always make sure that it's not just the technology that we're using to grow our business, but how are we using that technology? And is it helping us grow our business, or is it actually being, like off-putting to those that are coming in to connect with our business? So that's why Tech with Heart is all about, hey, let's address that. Let's make sure that we're putting humans first as far as the connection that we seek to have with them. Again, conversational AI isn't to replace our need for that human-to-human connection. It's simply to make the user experience get more answers to their questions leading up to that human-to-human connection. It's a beautiful thing when done right. And so if you want to incorporate more automation or embrace the AI conversational bots that can be used as a chatbot, a customer support chatbot, or I guess a virtual assistant bot, then please reach out to us. Tech with Heart Network is a nonprofit organization focused on enlightening and empowering small business owners. And so we want to help you embrace this technology. We have teams that can even get some certain set of systems set up for you so that you don't have to sweat this all the behind the scenes stuff. Like, we just want the tech to work for you. I'm sure you just want the tech to work for you. So you don't necessarily have to be the one to figure it all out, right? So you can reach out to us at techwithheartnetwork.com. And we even put together an Empower package where we will spend 5 hours setting up a system for you that embraces all of these things. And then we'll get you off and running, and you're within a community that continues to embrace you as you continue to advance your business growth through the use of automation and embracing conversational AI. So again, I am Michelle Calloway. I am your host. I'm the founder of the Tech with Heart Foundation, a nonprofit organization, and we would love to hear from you. How can we help you feel less overwhelmed and start having the confidence that you can be one of those businesses that starts to embrace technology in a way that you can have those efficiencies and breathe a sigh of just comfort and relief and happiness, knowing your business is growing, but you're not spinning all those plates up in the air any longer. You are enjoying being in business, and you're spending far more time connecting with people and having really cool quality conversations with them and building partnerships and building relationships, etc. So we are here to support you. Here is to your success.